Hey there, RosterWatch Nation. It's your friendly neighborhood Trashman back with another Dynasty Rankings update. First off, we have Dalton Kincaid of the Bills, age 25. He's actually falling from 32 to 36 for me. You know, talent-wise, Kincaid might be unmatched as far as, young tight ends go. I mean, I guess you could throw Trey McBride in there, perhaps. We'll see about Brock Bowers, Kyle Pitts. The verdict's still on him, and he's played a couple seasons already. Um, but what we do know through training camp thus far, and it's been a short training camp thus far, haven't just started, is that Dalton Knox is still very much in the mix. I think a lot of people have this idea that Kincaid is just going to take over the tight end position there for the Bills. And really, when we saw Kincaid thrive, in his rookie season, it was when Knox was out with injury. But if Knox is healthy, Kincaid is splitting time with him, is going to for the foreseeable future. Dawson Knox, 28, it's older for some other positions, but, for tight end, that's not that old. And he's still very capable of, producing for fantasy and otherwise. I think both of these guys are going to get plenty of targets in that Buffalo offense. There really aren't a ton of, proven pass catchers there. But as far as Kincaid being one of the elite tight ends this season, I'm starting to think that that may not come to fruition, at least on a weekly basis. After that, we have Chase Brown of the Bengals, age 24, rising from 145 to 124 in my rankings. First we hear that the Bengals are going to be throwing to their running backs more, which bodes well for Brown, as we know, throughout the draft process, that he's a really good pass catching back. But now we're seeing in camp that he's also getting, reps with the first team. He's getting the majority of reps with the first team. I don't know if they, just kind of know what they have in Moss at this point, and maybe I don't know why they would. He's new to the team too. But Brown's getting, the majority of the first team touches right now. I think at worst, it might be just like a split backfield between Moss and Brown. At best, Brown could become the starting running back for a very good offense in the NFL come season start, or at least, at some point in the season. So we're going to have to start moving him up drastically if this is going to be the case. Lastly, this past week, we have Kendre Miller, the Saints, age 22. It's hard to believe he's only 22 still. I need to check on that, but he's falling from 69 to 87. We've kind of had a love affair with Miller, Alex especially. Talented back, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy. And Dennis Allen, at least from the comments he's making, seems to be getting kind of tired of the same old shtick from Miller. Talented guy, but can't get on the field. He said he may not even make the team, it sounds like, because it's hard to make the team if you're in the training room all the time, in reference to Miller. And he's talking about making the team. I don't necessarily think that Miller won't make the team, but if he can't stay healthy, he's not going to get, it's going to be harder for him to gain a significant role in the Saints offense. So I have to drop him, quite a bit in these past week's rankings. So there you have it. Biggest movers from this past week in my top 250 rankings. This has been the Trashman on behalf of RosterWatch.com. Make sure, if you're drafting, when you're drafting, use RosterWatch's proprietary cheat sheets. You can't go wrong with them. Don't deviate from them. There's very simple rules to follow. Mere draft and taking it. I even use it, and that says a lot. I don't use a lot of other people's tools. But there we have it. you're drafting this season, use one of our cheat sheets, and you'll see it's magical, it's mystical, and you'll find out. So there you have it. This has been the Trash Man on behalf of RosterWatch.com. Until next time, be ready.